P3. This is my tutorial for this week, and we are going to do cardboard sculptures. I'm going to use simple shapes and use a cardboard box, which I'm using cereal boxes and or cake mix boxes or even cracker box, either, just so long as it's a firm cardboard. So I'll get my supplies and we'll get started. These are the things you'll need in order to make your contemporary sculpture. You need a pair of scissors, your ruler. I love my metal ruler, that's my favorite. Get an ink pen or a pencil, whichever you prefer, and you get a cup for your circles if you want the circle design, and you're gonna really have to measure with me if you use the squares. So to start, you're going to take and cut out the panels of your cereal box, and doesn't matter, it could be a smaller box to get started with your plan depending on what you choose. And again, if you use a smaller cup or lid, you could use your smaller box. This was a cake mix. And then you're going to take and you're going to find the measurement of how wide it is, find the center, do the same thing, measure down here, and then do your guideline by putting your measuring tick marks from that end and that end, and then do your guideline. Then you're going to take and do the same thing. Once you figure out halfway, you're going to make that same measurement so you can cut out your squares. Now this didn't create equal squares for me, so I took, and on this example, I took that bottom panel and I figured out how wide it was to find my true square and put the measurement lines down, and then I just kept continuing and I measured what I had cut off and chose to make and measure this square, and these were the two tiniest squares and a little slice I removed. But you can take this, and I wouldn't go any smaller than that to do a design for your sculpture. The next step is, once you cut out your basic shapes, whether it's a circle, or it could be a triangle if you wanted to get and do a triangle form, I should say shape to make your sculpture. These are already created, and I'm going to show you how to make those cuts, and I'm also going to show you how to make the cuts on your circle. You have to do your circle into quarters in your cut marks. So I just do a snip in and a simple snip out. You get a tiny little V that falls out. Turn it and go opposite on your card. It's really your cardboard. All right, and here we go. I went to the other half. I turned it a quarter turn. So there's my halfway mark. Here's my other. So I'm going to turn and have my scissors face that other side, so that I have my little cuts. Now, you need to have that little opening V for them to wedge into each other when you connect them. And I have this one, and this is the square one, and you'll understand what I mean. Because when you make your connections, those V's have to interlock to keep your form and your pattern design. Now, I think it's better to use these as all one grouping, and this as well, because it shows unity in your sculpture, which everyone loves that. It makes it look really pretty in the finished project. So I hope you enjoy. Keep it simple. This is a little bit more advanced. This one's the easier one to do. If you want to try this one to get started and then challenge yourself with the squares, it's a lot of fun.